Okay, let's check out the first article of our story. It gives us a little bit more about this policy, this is the way the government used to treat Aboriginal people. It says the government policy that led to the stolen generations lasted around 7 decades.
70
That's
years.
a very long time. They were following this crazy idea, this very mean idea that we should take Aboriginal kids away from their parents and try to make them into little white kids. That's a terrible thing to do, and it lasted for a long time.
I know, almost a century. OK, 所以造成被偷走的世代的政策呢，延续了将近70年了。这里我们看到的 decade，so one decade is 10 years.
That's it.
So 7 decades, 70 years. OK， 所以一个 decade 当然就是10年这样子的意思。So for example, if I said the bridge was built a decade ago, so basically it was built 10 years ago.
2007. Would be a decade ago. All right, let's get back to our article. It says it was finally brought to an end in the 1980s.
Oh, thank God.
Wow, I was alive at that point. That's crazy that it was still going on when I was a kid. So this is the policy. This is the government's plan or idea to do this, to take these kids away. It was finally finished. They finally realized how wrong it was in the 1980s. It was brought to an end.
Thank goodness. 所以在1980年代，终于呢被废止了。在这里我们看到的片语 bring something to an end， 就是使某件事情结束这样子的意思。For example, we could say something like negotiations brought an end to the conflict.
Okay. They're what helps to wrap it all up. Good. So back in the article, we learned that the policy was brought to end in the 80s. But of course, the government of Australia still had a lot more to do to make it okay with the Aboriginal people. So, however, it says it was only in the late 1990s, so a little bit more than 15 or 20 years ago, that a formal recognition of any mistreatment was made to the government. This formal recognition of any treatment is basically like an official sorry from the government. They ended the thing, but then they're like, yeah, sorry about that. But they didn't really do much, and it was only in the 1990s that a formal recognition was given to the Australian Aboriginals that this policy was very wrong. Recognition is when you publicly salute something. If someone gives you a prize, if someone stands up and claps because you did a really good job, that's recognition. And government or official recognition is when it comes from the government. If the president of the country is very happy with you and wants to meet you and put a medal on you or give you a medal, that would be official recognition. For example, the Olympic Committee gave official recognition to the sport. All right, so they finally began to recognize this this mistake in an official way in the 1990s. What happened? Well, it says National Sorry Day was created under Prime Minister John Howard in 1998. Yes, and in Australia, they have a Prime Minister. He's the leader of the country. It's not called a president, but it's kind of the same job.
Yeah. OK， 所以呢，在1998年呢，这个国家道歉日就是 National Sorry Day， 在这个 John Howard 这个总理任内所设立。这里的 Prime Minister 就是总理，因为在澳洲呢，其实他们几乎最大的就是 Prime Minister。OK，kind of like President here in Taiwan.
Very similar, yes. But that was sort of a half apology. It says Howard refused to apologize for the government's actions, though. They might have said the policy was incorrect, but they didn't actually apologize. To apologize is to say sorry, right? If you do something wrong to someone, you say sorry. You apologize to them. That's the verb. And of course, what you're saying, that is an apology, the noun form of apologize.
That's interesting. 所以不过呢，这个Howard, OK， 他拒绝为政府的行为道歉，所以他设立的这一天，可是他觉得政府的行为他没有感到很抱歉哦。其中的 apologize 这个动词就是道歉认错，而它的名词呢就是 apology。也有道歉认错的意思，比方像是如果你说错一句话了，然后可能伤了对方，你就可能会说 I want to apologize for what I said. I didn't mean it, and I'm sorry if it hurt your feelings.
Well, okay.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah. You should apologize to me. It hurt my feelings.
I'm sorry, Mike.
No, it's okay. I love you. It's fine. But what did John Howard say? He didn't apologize. So what did he say? It says he simply expressed deep and sincere regret. Those are his exact words. Deep and sincere regret about the mistreatment of Aboriginal people by those in the past. So he almost apologized, but he didn't quite go that far.
Regret,
Interesting.
所以他仅仅对过去澳洲原住民所受到的不当对待表达什么呢？深刻且由衷的遗憾，就是 regret。And what does this word sincere mean?
Well, if something is sincere, it comes from your heart. It really comes from your feelings. You're not just like, yeah, sorry. You're like, I'm really sorry. I feel terrible. You know, from the person who is hearing me believes that I really mean it. I'm not acting. I'm not just saying a few words so they'll leave me alone. No, I really mean it. It's coming from the heart, not just from my mouth.
Sincere 这个形容词有这个诚恳的、由衷的这样子的意思。比方像是刚刚我们提到的 apology， 如果有一个人很诚恳的道歉，我们就可以说 his or her apology was sincere。OK， 那有时候呢，我们要请对方就是请接受我们真诚的道谢，我们就可以说 Please accept our sincere thanks.
All right, and then a few years later, well, 10 years later,
a decade.
In 2008, Prime Minister Kevin Rudd's first act as the nation's leader was to offer an official apology.
Wow, finally.
Yay, finally. Okay, so this is the new leader of the country. John Howard had quit or retired or whatever. So the new leader decided to make an official apology to the Aboriginal people, to really say sorry. And, of course, that was a bit of history. It says he was the first Australian Prime Minister to do so publicly. Others might have said it, you know, in a meeting or something like that.
Okay.
But Kevin Rudd was the first one to make a big speech and say, we, the government that represents all of the people of Australia, we're sorry.
OK， 所以太棒了！在2008年的这个总理呢 ，Kevin Rudd， 那他终于做一个正式的道歉 ，official apology。那他也是第一位公开道歉 publicly 就是公开致歉的澳洲总理哦。Okay, now these days various activities occur throughout the country on May 26th, which is today. Okay, 所以现今呢，全国各地在5月26日举办各式各样的活动。What does various mean?
Something there's various. You just say there's many different types of things. A lot of people, for example, love to eat at buffets. Because at a buffet, you have a choice of various things. You can eat various things in one meal. You don't just order one thing. You can have all sorts, many choices, various, lots of different things all together.
Various 就是各式各样的、不同的。For example, we could say the car is available in various colors.
Not just one color?
Nope.
More than one? Lots of choice.
Lots
Good.
of choices.
Let's look at some of these various activities we might find. It says there are flag-raising events, marches, and speeches made by Aboriginal elders and government officials. Good. So lots of things to celebrate Aboriginal culture and try to bring white or not native, I should say, and Aboriginal Australians together in a new peaceful kind of way. And a march, yes, a march is kind of like a parade. People will walk down the street in some kind of organized kind of show, and we will stand on the sides and cheer and clap and wave and that kind of thing. So it's a nice public event, often with bands and other things to watch.
OK， 所以他们会有这个 flag raising events， 就是升旗啦，还有这个 marches。March 呢，当做名词，其实就有这个游行的意思，有时候可能是示威的游行，或者当做动词，同样也有游行的意思哦。Okay, now events are held at schools as well.
Good.
Okay, where children participate in writing competitions and candle lighting ceremonies.
Oh, fun.
That sounds a lot of. It's very meaningful. Okay, 所以学校也会举办活动哦，让孩子们参加什么呢？作文比赛啦，还有点亮蜡烛的仪式哦。
And there we had that verb phrase, participate in something. If there's an activity going on, if there's an event going on, if people are doing something and then you join in, you become part of that activity, event, or action. You are participating in it. It could be meeting some friends and joining together to play a basketball game. You're participating in the game. Maybe your friends are taking a trip and you join them. You're participating in that. You're not just standing on the side watching, you're actually part of the action. For example, if you don't participate in the planning of the trip, you can't complain about what we plan. So if you don't join in the planning, you can't complain about what happens later on. And there we were participating in a ceremony. A ceremony is an organized activity, often with some kind of special meaning. Maybe there will be special clothes people wear, special words people say, special places that this thing will happen, this ceremony will take place. A very common ceremony is a wedding. Right? People go there to watch two people who are in love join together. The bride will wear special clothes. The man, the groom will wear special clothes. They'll exchange rings, say special words. All of that stuff is part of the wedding ceremony or the event that celebrates this special moment in their lives. And let's get back to the article and find out about a few more things they might be doing.
Well, we learned take part in something. That's basically same as what we're looking at. This participate in something means.
Very similar, yeah.
两个都有参加的意思。像是刚刚Mike老师说，对啊，我觉得很多人呢，其实呢，他们没有去筹备那个就是要旅行的计划，就不要说我不想去哪，我不想吃什么东西。If you don't participate in the planning of the trip, you can't complain about what we plan. I hate people who do that. Or like, you know, whenever I probably pick a restaurant, they'll complain about the food. The restaurant say,
I just ate here last
then
week.
why don't you decide where to go in the first place?
Exactly.
I hate people like that. Okay. Ceremony 当然就是仪式这样子的意思啦。Okay, let's continue reading.
Okay, some of the things they might do at these events, it says what's more or also, people across the nation, across the country of Australia, they sign storybooks, collections of written apologies. So maybe someone in your family was part of this government policy. Maybe your grandmother was a nurse who used to work in the place they'd take the children away to. Well, you can apologize for that. It doesn't mean that you're bad. It just means you feel bad for what happened. Or maybe you're just some person from Taiwan who moved to Australia 5 years ago. Well, you can still say sorry and just say, it's terrible what happened to you. Something similar happened in Taiwan and it was wrong there, it was wrong here. Let's all work together to make sure this doesn't happen again. That's the kind of thing that people can say.
而且 what's more 就是再者 in addition, right? 全国人民还会再怎么样呢？道歉书上面签名，然后收集手写的道歉。那刚刚 Mike 补充的很好，就算你没有经历过这一段的历史，其实我们也可以表示我们对于当时发生的事情、历史发生的事情而感到非常的。就是心情非常的沉重，然后我们很想要对这些人民们说声道歉，因为他们呢被这样不当的对待。Okay, let's finish up the article.
All right, it says though healing the rifts caused by decades of harm is easier said than done. These efforts are an important step. Yeah, you might think that, you know, having a flag-raising ceremony or writing something in a book isn't enough to make up for all the bad things that happened. Well, you'd kind of be right, but it doesn't mean that the things we do today are bad or are a waste of time. They're an important step. But of course, like a lot of things, when someone does something really terrible to the other person, time is the thing that really needs to go by. Time and understanding.
OK， 虽然要修补这数十年迫害所造成的伤痕是怎么样 ，easier said than done， 说的容易，做的难，但是这些努力依然是非常重要的一步。Rift 在这里就有这个不和或者是裂痕这样的意思。And let's take a look at shortcut for you, which will explain the phrase easier said than done， 说的容易。